Hello friends, this is Prashant Shah. In this video, I'm going to talk about breadth indicators and relative strength analysis in very brief, and I'm going to show you a couple of interesting tools in TradePoint. Using them, you can perform sector analysis, you can pick outperforming and underperforming sectors, and you can trade the stocks in those sectors accordingly. So what is basically a breadth indicator? I think it is a good sentiment indicator, right? See, when an index is going up, for example, there are 10 stocks in that index. What is the index price is all about? The index is made of those 10 stocks. So we want to know how many stocks are contributing when that index is going up, or when it is falling, how many stocks are falling, right? That tells us about the health or overall strength of the index, right? In the market floating index, at times some heavyweights are contributing more and index is moving. But if more number of stocks are contributing when index is going up, that means overall portfolios are doing good, and that is why the sentiment of market would be positive, right? So the breadth tells us about the health of the market and overall sentiments in the market. So what could be the definition of uptrend? For example, how many stocks are trading about 20-day moving average? It will tell me about a short-term strength, how many stocks are trading about 20-day average. Or same way, how many stocks are trading about 200-day moving average? It will tell me about the overall trend from medium-term perspective, long-term perspective, right? Same way, I can find number of stocks which are trading above 50 period RSI. So there are many ways to find the trend. There are different indicators which can show us that, or we can see the number of stocks trading above 20-day high or 52-week high and things like that. So if you go to breadth chart, you can select indicator. For example, closing price about 20-day, and you get to know how many stocks are trading about 20-day moving average, right? Same way, how many stocks are trading above RSI 50, and then you can see the past performance as well, or the things like advanced decline and all. But what I found most useful is, you know, how many stocks are in bullish swing. I think this is very interesting reading. How many stocks are going up on a swing chart? Because at times what happens is, for example, in case of advanced decline, the curve is so volatile, it is very difficult to read anything using it. But when you see how many stocks are in bullish swing, that curve is comparatively stable, and you can read the behavior of breadth chart. So P&F is a good tool, or Renko, where we can find how many stocks are in bullish swing. So for example, there are 50 stocks in Nifty. If 25 stocks are in bullish swing, the reading of this indicator will be 50%, right? So there are 50% stocks in the bullish swing. So that is how we get to know about how many stocks are in uptrend in that particular sector, right? Now, second thing I want to know, okay, it is going up, whether it is above its previous high, previous swing high. How many stocks are above its previous swing high, right? There is very easy way to find this. It is a double top buy in point and figure. So I call it DT percent. How many stocks are in double top buy column, or how many stocks are above its bullish swing high? So that's another important tool which can tell us about the health of the sector. Right? For example, 25 stocks from Nifty 50, that is 50%, were trading in bullish swing. There were 20 stocks from that which are trading above their previous high. Now, third is how many stocks are in strong momentum. The trend is significant and they are going up. Now, we can easily calculate it using number of boxes in pointed figure. So if there are more than 15 boxes in a particular column, it is in a strong trend. There is not even a 3-box reversal, and some small consolidation will not change that trend. So we will get to know about how many stocks are in that strong momentum. So for example, 10 stocks are in strong momentum. I can say that 20% stocks in Nifty 50 are in strong bullish momentum, right? And same way, how many stocks are in strong bearish momentum. So all this I can perform on a particular sector, then I can easily get to know a clear picture about the behavior of all stocks in that particular sector or group. Clear? There are three things we are considering for breadth analysis. How many stocks are in strong trend? How many stocks have generated bullish breakout? And how many stocks are in a strong momentum, a bullish momentum or a bearish momentum? So when you go to research section, you go to scanner and breadth scanner, and if you scan, so now you can see the table with how many stocks are in column of X, or there is a bullish breakout, or there is a momentum, bullish or bearish, right? For each sector or group. Now you can simply see it in this format. Now here if you see, you can see this tall blue bars which are telling you that how many stocks in that group are in uptrend. These gray bars are telling you how many stocks have given double top buy or bullish swing breakout, how many stocks are above their last swing high. This green bar is telling you how many stocks are in strong bullish momentum, and this orange bar is telling you how many stocks are in strong bearish momentum. So now you can quickly see where you can see the tall green and gray bars. Those are the sectors which are showing you that how many stocks have given bullish breakout in that particular sector and there is a strong momentum. So this tells you about the strength of every sector, right? So this visual analysis can quickly tell you, for example, here reality index is very strong. All stocks in the group are in the bullish swing. 70% of stocks have generated a bullish breakout, 30% are in strong momentum. So that those are the strong numbers for a particular sector. So this is how you can simply really know how the stocks are behaving in every group or sector. You have here you have sectors like chemical, fertilizer, sugar, which gives you overall idea. Now, when markets are trending, when Nifty is in a strong trend, overall most of the sectors or stocks are contributing, but at that time when you see strong numbers from particular sector, whenever those sectors go through some consolidation or correction, those are the buying opportunity. You should seek pullback opportunities in those sectors. Always remember that. And when you see there is an exhaustion, when you see a market is at resistance, so the sectors which did not contribute when market went up tend to fall more. So these are the two rules broadly which you should keep in mind. There are many other things to discuss about breadth and relative strength, but I'm keeping it to the point in this video, right? So this is one tool. Now coming to relative strength analysis. Now what is relative strength? Basically how a particular sector is behaving in the market compared to Nifty. So there are basically three steps to do this. First is price chart, how price is doing, right? Whether it is an uptrend or downtrend, and what is the pattern. Second, the performance versus Nifty, right? It's relative strength chart, it's ratio chart. How is it behaving? When the ratio chart, for example, auto index, if auto versus Nifty is bullish, that means the auto stocks are outperforming Nifty, right? So that's the second thing. And third is how that sector is behaving compared to other sectors, right? So what is the overall strength? So even if auto is doing good against Nifty, so how it is doing against pharma or IT or So these are the three simple steps in which we can perform relative strength analysis. So let me show it in three simple steps. How do we perform price analysis? So we open simple point and figure chart with moving average. This is a price chart of, let's say, reality index. It is bullish, it is trading above moving average, right? Second step is the reality versus Nifty 50. It is about trading above moving average and it is bullish. So price and RS both are bullish, right? And third step is you go to matrix, ultimate matrix, and just select NSE all sectors here. Now it will calculate the performance of every sector against every other sector, and this column tells you that a particular sector is outperforming against how many other sectors. So this score is 19 for realty sector. So it is telling you that this sector is outperforming all other sectors. So what we did here? We did price analysis, whether it is in uptrend or downtrend. We saw the performance against Nifty, and then we saw the performance against other sectors, right? So these are the steps. If these things are in sync, you should look for the buying opportunities in that sector. If there is a divergence, if there's no confirmation, then you should investigate more. Maybe you should look at price chart, and then you can decide whether it is in a corrective mode or it is, or you should wait for that sector to move up. So when you perform price analysis on stocks with this kind of analysis, you know which stocks to focus on. If the stock belongs to a performing sector, then you should look for buying opportunity more in that stock. You should look for breakout in those stocks. If the stock belongs to underperforming sector, then you can perhaps avoid that stock. Now we have created one more tool called D sectors, which simplifies all these things. So all these steps are performed at backend, and you get a ready picture, and we call it D sectors. So see, this is a screen. So here you can see the score. The score is based on the 3 or 4 steps that I explained you. It calculates the price performance, then performance against Nifty, and then performance against every other sector, and what is the trend. If everything is positive, then score will be high. It will be above 50, and the color will be dark green. So if the color is dark red, then the sector is underperforming sector. So this is a kind of ranking for every sector, and with this you can also see those breadth numbers. For example, how many stocks in that particular group are in bullish swing, how many are in bullish breakout, how many stocks are in bullish momentum, and how many stocks are in bearish momentum. So all these things you can see at a glance for every sector. You can just run it at end of the day, and you get to know what is happening in every sector. When a particular sector in this strong zone, you should look for buying opportunity. Those are the performing sectors. The consolidation and correction in them is an opportunity. Same way, the sectors which are not contributing when Nifty is going up, those are the sectors you should keep in mind. You have to be cautious in those sectors, and they can underperform more when Nifty reverses or it corrects. So that thing you have to keep in mind. And you can look for this middle band sectors which were outperforming and now they are consolidating. There's a possibility that they will bounce back again. So when you'll track this on a daily basis, you will get the overall idea. Also, when the sector is performing, you should see how many stocks in that group are contributing. If more number of stocks are contributing, then the overall sector is strong. Same way, if more number of stocks are not really contributing, then it is like, at times what happens is market is correcting, market is in a sideways mode. Most of the sectors are in sideways mode, but some sectors are just showing strength against other sectors, and so they come in the top list. So there you can see how many stocks are contributing. If more number of stocks are not contributing to the strength of the sector, that means there is a weakness and you should be cautious. So this overall analysis will help you to know what is happening in the sectors. And this can improve your stock selection. So this is about sector analysis. Once you perform this, then you can run your system for price analysis on any stock, and then you can prefer the stocks which belongs to performing sector if you're looking for buying opportunity. In the next video, I'll talk about how you can pick stocks using relative strength analysis. There are many things to talk about breadth and relative strength, but I hope I have given you enough pointers to work upon, and you like these tools, and it can contribute and help you to improve your trading. That motive drives us. So hope you found this video useful. See you soon. Thanks for your time. Take care.